We got Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, Wembanyama.
Wembanyama, number 1 draft pick.
Well,
projected to be the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah.
Facing off against the projected number 2 draft pick, Scoot Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a great game overall, man. Both players, they showed they have immense talent, and Scoot Henderson was, even though over Victor Wembanyama's height, he's like 7'4". Scoot Henderson was able to move around that, which I haven't seen really a lot of players been able to do that. Just Victor Wembanyama either just blocks the shot or he's just there under the rim right away. So if you miss, no one's getting a rebound over him. It's just crazy, but he was able to move around him and make some buckets.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not going to lie. My overall thoughts on what I saw from Victor Wembanyama, I have never seen anything like this before in my entire life. This guy is doing things that are literally, I had to take a second. I had to pause the highlights. I had to pause these videos that I'm
played
seeing.
them back.
I'm saying, what? And I think that's the initial reaction that everybody saw when they first watched this guy. This guy is just unbelievable. He's utterly unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. I'm seeing him do turnaround fadeaways like he's Kevin Durant or LeBron at 7'4". We're talking about a Yao Ming height guy. And this is not even mentioning the fact he's an elite three-point shooter at 7'4". There will never be an NBA player who blocks his shot from the three-point line. This guy takes a jump shot, it is not getting blocked. It's literally unguardable. If this guy takes a jump shot, it is unguardable.
LeBron basically calling him a freak of nature, an alien.
And it's not even just the jump shot that's unguardable. I don't see any way you can just guard him in general.
He barely has to jump to dunk.
Unless he misses his shot, you can't guard him. He can shoot over you. He can put you in the post. He will dominate the paint. There's nothing this guy can't do. Listen to these stats. This matchup against Scoot Henderson, 37 points on 11 of 20 field goal, and then 7 of 11 from three-point line, which for me, look, dropping 37 points is great and all, but that's the main thing for me that blows me away. To be able to shoot 7 of 11 from the three-point line at that height, stretching the floor, like, unbelievable. Literally, this guy is the epitome of what you want in the modern NBA, and he is actually consistent. Literally,
exactly.
Nowadays, for a big in the NBA, you want him to be able to stretch the floor. You need a guy who can make a three every now and then from your big guy. Whoever gets Victor Wembanyama is not only getting a guy who can make the three sometimes, you're getting a guy who can make the three very, very, very consistently. You're talking about a guy...
And get rebounds.
You can't cover him. You can't leave him open.
Exactly.
You literally can't. And then, as if the matchup against Scoot Henderson wasn't enough, he also plays in another game, drops 36, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks, and he has a plus-minus of plus 26.
Incredible.
These stats literally blow me away, and I don't think anybody has ever seen something quite like this. It's mind-blowing. But I don't want the, obviously, and no, rightfully so, everybody is talking about Victor Wembanyama. Rightfully so. This is utterly unbelievable. I don't know how many times I can say it before. It's just, it almost makes you lost for words to a certain extent after what we saw. This guy is just so good. But Scoot Henderson also was very, very, very impressive. You know what I'm saying? And obviously a lot of people are going to talk about Victor Wembanyama, myself included, because, Jesus, man, what I saw literally might be the greatest prospect I have ever seen. But Scoot Henderson had a very, very, very good performance against Wembanyama. And like you said, he was able to get into the paint and attack the basket against Wembanyama, which you don't see players do.
Never see.
Like, we saw some of the blocks Wembanyama has. I mean, he's just unbelievable on defense. And we saw Scoot Henderson be able to attack the basket and get some layups over Wembanyama and be very, very effective doing so. He did get some shots blocked, but that's to be expected when you're playing Wembanyama. He's a freak of nature. Let's see, Scoot Henderson in the game drops 28 points on 11 of 21 for shooting, 2 from 3 from the three-point line, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. It looks to be a very well-rounded performance.
Exactly.
And, you know, a lot of people obviously rightfully so are going to talk about Victor Wembanyama, but Scoot Henderson seems to me has locked himself in to be that number 2 overall pick. And honestly, most drafts he probably would be number 1. But when you got a guy like this, I mean, it's just unbelievable, man.
Of course.
And, you know, everyone's initial reaction after watching these two games, myself included, is, dang, my team should fucking tank for this guy. My team, that's everyone's reaction. Every fan of even a mid team is saying, I would rather my team lose games this year than win games so that I can get this guy on my team. Because let's be real, Victor Wembanyama might never really become a free agent in the sense of, like, whatever gets him is going to want to keep him forever. This guy's, you know what I mean? This guy is just unbelievable. But the question I want to pose to you, should NBA teams be tanking as hard as they are expected to get Victor Wembanyama, even given how good he is expected to be?
Not necessarily, because the negative effects that can come from tanking the season. Your fans they're just not going to respect you. Your hometown. Whenever you guys go to play a home game, man, the fans are just going to be yelling and screaming in the crowd.
But a lot of fans are clamoring to tank.
Nah, but not the hardcore fans that really want their team to win.
But I would say there are a lot of fans who are clamoring to tank. But in your opinion, you wouldn't.
In my opinion, I wouldn't.
Even though we watched the same game.
Of course, but I know that there's other people in the draft that have a lot of potential, including that will be in the draft that have a lot of potential, including Scoot Henderson.
Look, if I was a fan of a team that's even mid, especially if I was a fan of a trash team, but if I was a fan of a team that's even mid, it's expected to, let's just say you're expected to go 41-41, literally 500. That's about as mid as you can get. I was a fan of any team like that. I'm not talking about being a Warriors fan. I'm not talking about being an elite NBA fan. I'm talking about a fan of a mid team. If you're in that position, I would literally want my team to go 0-82. That's where I'm at. I don't need to see anything else. If I was a fan of a mid team, I would literally want my team to go 0-82. Burn the fucking stadium down. That is, like, literally do whatever it takes to lose games to get this guy. If I'm Oklahoma City, I'm literally taking the G League team and promoting them to the NBA and saying, all right, you're the NBA players now. I know y'all are going to suck, but that's it. That's what I'm doing. This guy is too good to pass up on. Literally, everybody should be doing everything they can. And I think that we're going to see it this year. Teams are going to do everything in their power to get this guy. Honestly, I think we're going to see such a frenzy to tank this year that rules are going to be put in place after the season to change it up, because we are about to see an utter tank fest. I think there's going to be a very weird thing in the NBA this year. It's either going to be your team is either good or your team is really, really bad. And I don't think there's going to be much in between. And why is there not going to be much in between? Victor Wembanyama is the exact reason why. This guy, we're talking 15 years of excellence. You give up 1 year for 15 years of excellence. I'm taking that trade any day of the week. If I'm an Orlando Magic fan, if I'm an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, I'm going to the GM's office. If I could get there, I am knocking on the door. I'm getting on my hands and knees, and I'm begging him to make this team lose games to get this guy. That's how good I think he's going to be. That's where I'm at with Victor Wembanyama. That's really where I'm at.
Would you agree with Richard Jefferson's comments, saying that if he was in the same draft class as LeBron, LeBron would have been second?
I really had to think about this. Look, anybody who knows me knows how much I love LeBron James. And
diehard fan.
And that's what makes it even crazy for me to think about. I actually agree with Richard Jefferson here. LeBron James as a prospect was probably one of, if not the greatest prospect we've ever seen. And he actually lived up to the hype. And I would say Wembanyama is probably the first prospect to get this amount of hype since LeBron James. So I think it's a very fair comparison. And obviously Richard Jefferson saying if they were in the same draft class, LeBron would be 2, Wembanyama would be 1. And I have to agree with that. And I know it's crazy to say. However, we look at what Wembanyama can do. He can do things right now before he gets to the NBA that LeBron still can't do. This guy's a knockdown three-point shooter. This guy, 7'4", has the natural athleticism that LeBron's just not that tall. Obviously, LeBron is a freak of nature in terms of he's built. He's a freight train. And in his prime, unbelievable. And I love LeBron. You don't have to tell me twice about that. But the things Wembanyama can do on the court, he is so well-rounded to be 7'4". I mean, this guy, he could be a point guard, but he's 7'4". It's just unbelievable. If they were in the same draft class, just based on the potential and what you can do, you have to go Victor Wembanyama. And I know it's hard. It's unbelievable to say that. And it's almost crazy. It's crazy that I'm even saying that.
Because LeBron James, just like his knowledge of the game, like his knowledge of the core and the way he plays, and like.
There's obviously some intangibles that LeBron has developed throughout his career that you can't really take into account when talking about this debate.
Exactly.
And a lot of people in the comments section on the photo where we took this quote from, Bleacher Report, were saying this is ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. Because LeBron, we know what he lived up to. We know, some people say he's the greatest player of all time.
But he's developed some stuff over his
He developed himself into that. We have to look at this as if it's 18-year-old LeBron versus 18-year-old Victor Wembanyama.
You got to pick Wembanyama.
And it's crazy to say it, but you have to pick Wembanyama because of the things that we just talked about. I mean, the things that he can do. 7 of 11 from 3, and he's 7'4".
4. You
saw the way he was dribbling down the court. You did. You saw it.
7'4".
I'd never seen it, man. And it's just, it's unbelievable. It makes me speechless to even talk about Victor Wembanyama because he's just so good. He's just so good. He's just so good. It's just unbelievable. And I can't wait to continue to watch him play. It makes me want to watch the G League. I want to tune into the G League just to see what else this guy can do because every time he touches the court, so far I've just been amazed. Thank y'all for checking out this clip of the Shooter Straight podcast. Please like and subscribe and check out our social medias in the description box below.
Click the logo to watch more clips and check out previous episodes.